So the Wales team has been announced, and thankfully Dan Biggar is fit, but there is a shuffle in the back row due to Toby Faletau's World Cup ending early. That will no doubt be a massive loss for us, but it's also a massive opportunity for a new player to make that red jersey his own. So in this video, I'm first going to look at the team, and then I'm going to look at how both sides size up against each other. And just a side note, I've got the same cold that everyone seems to have at the moment, so my already monotone voice is even worse, but bear with me. Thanks for your patience. Let's get into the video. Now, obviously, it's generally the side that we were expecting. Very interesting to see what's happened in the back row, obviously with Faletau's injury. And there's a couple of additions on the bench. May surprise a few people. I have a couple of questions about who's covering what position on the bench. So let's just go through the team. So we've got Gareth Thomas, Ryan Elias, Tom Francis, Will Rowlands, Adam Beard, Jack Morgan, Tommy Raffel and Aaron Wainwright. As I said, this is what most people were expecting. The question was going to be who was going to fill the void from Faletau. We knew Wainwright was going to go 8, or we expected it. Could have been potentially Tane Basham, but it was who's going to come into that back row. I'm really happy with the choice of Raffel. I thought he was excellent, as we spoke in my last video. I thought he was brilliant in that Georgia game. He was the man of the match. He made something like 19 tackles to about 4 or 5 turnovers. He was absolutely outstanding, and I think he deserves his shot. The only issue was going to be disturbing Jack Morgan from the 7 jersey, where he's been absolutely, otherworldly. But he's got all of the ability to play 6. The way he tackles, his sort of physical presence around the park. He's not obviously in that mould of a traditional 6, more like Lydiate or Wainwright, but he's just got all of the attributes. He can tackle, he can carry, he can do the dirty work, and he can disrupt the breakdown. So I think having him and Raffel in this game as well suits, because Argentina like to play an expansive open game. We know they're physical, but they do try and throw the ball around and get it to their wide men, so I think there is going to be opportunities for good jackalers to get in there in the breakdowns when they're trying to move the ball around and be expansive. So yeah, really happy with Raffel's addition. He's definitely deserved this opportunity, and this could be a chance for him to stake a claim now, and maybe we could see a partnership developing between him and Morgan at 6 and 7. Let's hope. But if we move on to the backs, we got Gareth Davis back in at 9, Dan Biggar at 10. Tompkins and North continue their work in the centre, and you have then the wings of Josh Adams, Lewis Rees-Summit and Liam Williams is fit at fullback. So we got a little bit to talk about here. Obviously, Dan Biggar is apparently fit. They said he was going to be fit the whole time, so I'm going to back them. He was on the bench last week, so he didn't come on, but if he would have had to come on, then he must be fit enough to play. Then the other doubt was Liam Williams. They were a bit more sort of indirect when they were answering about Liam Williams' fitness. He did come off on crutches, but apparently it was precautionary in the Georgia game. I thought there may be a chance, maybe, that we'd see Lee Halfpenny, but no, they've gone with Liam Williams. If he's fit and Biggar's fit, then I'm happy. If Liam Williams is like 80%, I don't know, maybe we could have looked at Halfpenny. I'm not too sure, but that's the squad. Let's look at the bench, where I thought there was perhaps 1 or 2 surprises, nothing crazy. We do have Dewi Lake coming in for Elliot D on the bench, which obviously I'm happy about. He deserves his spot. Elliot D didn't really put a foot wrong. He's had actually an excellent World Cup and an excellent sort of last, say, 6 months. But he's just unfortunate that Dewi Lake is just as good as he is. And then we've got Domachowski, Dylan Lewis coming on, which I was a little bit surprised at. I don't think Dylan Lewis has really been particularly good for Wales in recent time. I would have liked to have seen Henry Thomas. Not sure if that's an injury, but maybe it's just the opposition. I'm not too sure. Then we've got Dav Jenkins, Chris Chinza covering the back row, Thomas Williams, Sam Costello, and then Rio Dyer. Again, going back to the fullback issue with Liam Williams' fitness, I thought there was an opportunity or potentially a chance to see Lee Halfpenny, especially if Biggar's fitness is not 100% and Costello had to come on. Then maybe we would see Lee Halfpenny on the bench, or potentially coming on later on in the game when we might need a last minute kick from 40 metres, and you would want Lee Halfpenny probably on if that was the case. Or if Liam Williams' fitness is not 100%, then we have that specialist. We know Josh Adams and Lewis Rees-Zammit can both cover that position, but I just thought we may see Halfpenny there because of, you know, the goal kicking and the covering the fullback. But I guess that gives more of a vote of confidence that Gatland didn't feel like he needed to put Halfpenny on the bench, so maybe that is actually an indirect good thing that 15 and 10 are healthy and ready to go. But that is the squad. Overall, really happy with the selections. I am a little bit nervous. I know I keep going on about it, about Biggar and Liam Williams' fitness, but we've got to back that if Gatland has picked them, then they're ready to go. I've been interested recently noticing that a lot of pundits who were initially really high on Wales going into this game have slightly, maybe not turned on them, but are saying that Argentina may fire and start firing for this game. I do feel that worry a little bit, but I think watching them against Japan, we have got the game plan which is probably just right to sort of beat them. They've got really good backs. They really cause a lot of issues out wide, and when they go through the phases they are very dangerous. But I think the game plan and the way just the team has been set out and the attitude that the players have had is going to be really perfect for this game. I'm hoping that it's like a strangle. We managed to put a strangle on them like we did in the Australia game, because I think that is exactly the perfect way to beat these guys. They were so dangerous when they got the ball wide against Japan, but they made a lot of just like silly mistakes and they didn't sort of have an awful lot of an identity. So I think if Wales can just stick to their game plan, stick really disciplined and keep the defence strong and keep the tackles good like they have been. They've been excellent in defence, and now we've got an extra jackal threat. I think it could really play into our hands. No, I'm not saying we're going to blow them away. It's not going to be like the Australia game. Argentina are a very good team and they could just literally turn up and just go crazy and start running in tries left, right and centre. They've obviously beaten quality sides. They beat New Zealand this year, and they've got the ability. But I just think our game plan, it's like similar to the England game in the first game when they played Argentina. They just kicked the leather off it. They didn't really play a lot of rugby, and even with a man down for most of the game, Argentina didn't really have an answer to that. So I'm hoping that that's going to be, I know it was a while ago now, but I'm hoping that that's going to be like a similar way that this game goes. I'd be really interested to hear what your guys' thoughts are, how you fancy us going. But I think it's not going to be a coast, and I don't like to be sounding like I'm cocky, but I think we should do it, and it should not be comfortable, but it shouldn't be like, I don't know, hopefully not down to the last minute where we're holding on and they're attacking us and stuff like that. Kind of like the ending to the Fiji game. I hope, but I don't think it's going to be like that. I'll hang my hat on it. And maybe if you subscribe to the channel and I'm wrong, then you can pull me up on it afterwards, alright? But that's all for this one. Enjoy the game Saturday and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.